Welcome to our Monday night chat. I wanted to start with that Starburst on top and then to see the Starburst ornaments because those are coming up tomorrow. This is the beautiful flocked version of the Stars in the Sky tree, the brand new tree that is coming up very soon. And that's the brand new tree that's being made only for us, so you can't get it anywhere else. We're very, very excited about it. We have the green version right here. We have the flocked version right here. It's really beautiful in both, but it is coming up soon, so we wanted to kind of start showing it to you so you could start looking at it because it is stunning. So this brand new version of the Stars in the Sky tree is very dense. So there's not a lot of open space in it. When you zhuzh it out and you fluff all the branches, it's pretty dense. It has a lot of lights. It has a lot of branches. It's beautiful. It's dramatic. It's wow. And it's coming up in your choice of the green and the flocked. So this week we have Christmas and we have beautiful home decor and jewelry and accessories and fashion and all kinds of good things, beauty, all kinds of good things coming up for you. Last week, Katie and I were at market, and I think that the highest number of steps per day was like 16,000 something. You just do a lot of walking at market. You walk and you walk and you walk. But we found a lot of beautiful things, and we talked to people about making some things for us and really, really getting a lot of gorgeous things for you. And we're very excited about that because that was our first market in a year and a half.
Yeah, crazy.
And normally we go to a lot of markets in a year, and that was our first market in a year and a half. And Katie said it felt like we never left.
Yeah.
Which you really kind of did. It was really weird because it just felt like...
I got home and I thought, it does not feel like it's been a year and a half
No.
since I did that.
No, it really, it
Yeah.
doesn't, because you see the same people, you work with a lot of the same
Right.
people, and you walk the same halls, and you look at the same showrooms, and you know what you're looking for.
I wonder if we'll feel that way from Vincenzo, because that's been a year and a half too.
Oh my gosh, Vincenzo's been forever. Forever.
I keep wondering that.
Vincenzo will have been,
The same though, because you went
yeah,
right
about a
after
year and a half,
that.
yeah, because January.
It'll feel that way, I bet.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but it's so funny because I do think that the longer we do this, the more we really do know what we want. And
Yeah.
so many people, when we walk in the showroom, it's, can you do that for us this way? 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 Can you do this? Can you do this? They're like, wow. I mean, we'll just go to that, this color, no, not that color, this, yes, that, no, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. And they're like, all right. And we're done. So it's interesting that doesn't go away either after a year and a half. So we're very, very glad to be back with you. We have a lot of things going on to really make just things so much better for you every day, which we're very, very excited about. And Ki is doing the chat this evening. David is going to be joining us with the jewelry. Katie is here on Facebook. And of course, I'm Lisa Robertson, and this is my Facebook page if you're wondering where you stumbled into. Because every week somebody goes, who are you and why am I here? And I'm like, okay. Number one, those are two really deep cosmic questions that I don't really think I can fully answer for myself or for you. But on a surface level, you're on my Facebook page, and I don't know if Facebook just thought you'd enjoy it. So what are you going to do if you're not sure how you ended up here? But a lot of us love to hang out here every Monday night, because every Monday night we get together and we give you a quick preview of a lot of the things coming up in this week. What do you mean coming up in this week, you ask? I know it's like I can hear you, right? It's weird. So we have a website, lisarobertson.com. And on this website, when you go to the home page, you'll see a red shop tab. You hit the red shop tab in the right corner, upper right corner, it'll take you to the shopping. And every day at noon Eastern time, we have new shopping for you. In the evenings, Monday through Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have new shopping for you. And if you want to know when everything you're going to see in this week is coming up, please sign up for the email. If you want to know when these trees are coming up, please sign up for the email. The email is going to go out with every boutique, every new shopping collection we call a boutique. So every day at noon, an email goes out, it says, here's what you can shop for now. Every evening, an email goes out at 8 p.m. and it says either, here's what you can shop for now, and here's the link to see what's coming up tomorrow. Or it'll just say, here's a link to your preview for tomorrow. But if you get the email every evening, you're gonna know what's coming up the next day before anybody else does. You don't have to wait. So the preview blog is awesome. And the emails are important because they remind you when the things are that you want to see. And you and I both know, if you shopped with us before, that there are some things that go really, really fast and you get really, really annoyed when you miss them. And I don't want that to happen. So if you look at the preview blog the night before, you'll know, is tomorrow at noon a boutique I need to set my alarm on my phone for? Because I really want to make sure I get that. Is 8 p.m. tomorrow night a boutique I need to set the alarm on my phone for? Because I really want to make sure I don't miss that. And that's why I think the email is just very, very helpful, because you know what's coming up. Okay, so today at noon, we started out with some beautiful, beautiful jewelry pieces. My trusty assistant, he's not really my assistant, I'm just giving him a hard time. David Markstein is joining us with the jewelry. Now, David, as much as I give him a hard time, truly is one of the most, one of the true experts in the world of jewelry. Is this good? We're coming up here, so we're not messing.
I'm just following this little X.
Is this X still valid?
That is still valid.
Oh, okay.
Just rotate to
Surprised
this
you let
way.
him do that to your carpet. Sorry.
Don't even say
Rotate
that.
this
It
way
hurts
for
me.
Good.
Because just the other day I thought I really have to take that up and make sure it's not, and put the blue tape down so it's not an issue. So David is one of the leaders, truly one of the experts in the world of jewelry. He's been in the business for over 25 years. He's been to Italy over 75 times. Yeah. He is someone who it was so funny because we were just in Atlanta and there was a new designer that I met, and they're going to be sending you some things. And I was trying to figure out the weight of a pair of earrings, and I had them in my hand, and I'm like, I think they're about this weight. I said, man, if David were here, he could tell us. Because David can put a piece of jewelry in his hand and tell you, that's 4 grams. It's 8 grams. It's uncanny. But I love the fact that David is the lead in we're a small company, so we all do a lot of things. Obviously, David is the gentleman who is absolutely the lead in our jewelry business. And he has more connections in the industry, he has more knowledge in the industry, and so he absolutely finds us the most beautiful things.
I also like the fact that you can't be everywhere at all times.
Right.
So we can always, Katie and I can be your eyes and ears outside of
yes.
what you do every day.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when I'm shopping for something that's not jewelry, Katie knows me very well, and she knows my taste, and we share a lot of the same taste in things. So she'll say, I think you're going to like this, I don't think you're going to like that, and in most cases, she's absolutely right. And David, who's going to be going to the Las Vegas show, which is right up against our Italy show, so I can't go to both because it's right up against our trip with our customers, which is very exciting. Yeah. David's going to be going to that show on his own because we've worked together so long. He does know my taste. He does know it. So it is really, really wonderful to have worked with someone so long that you know how to work with each other and how to make that a really, really great combination. So this line of jewelry is one that we actually found together when we were in Las Vegas a number of years ago. And it's one that we have fallen in love with, and you have fallen in love with, because this is the line where they do every single detail by hand. And that really gives something that looks and feels in every detail like 18 karat gold.
Yeah, it really is a fine jewelry appearance. Mm-hmm. And the designer is amazing because she travels the world looking at other designers' inspiration that she gets for her own jewelry and puts her own spin on stuff. But I love the fact that she puts this beautiful brushed satin finish. Or a satin
her finish is
satin
beautiful.
finish. And this necklace that was today is made in USA, which is great.
Yes.
So it's so nice that she has factories overseas, in USA, all over the place, but whatever she is doing, it's a beautiful design. And this to me epitomizes right now what I feel is happening in the world of jewelry in terms of jewelry with a message and links and status.
Yes.
And pave accents into the clasps and just the border, and everything here is so stunning in this necklace.
So this is going to be your choice of the yellow or the white, whichever you prefer. And you can see the beautiful elongated links. These have to be done by hand. That beautiful toggle clasp in front with the stones done by hand. The B in front with the rectangle going, horizontally, done by hand. It's stunning. And again, it's interesting because there are a lot of designers or a lot of lines that will do something that's inspired by 18 karat gold and diamonds, but in most cases you can look at it and it's just not quite right. Like, I
Exactly.
get that it's the style, but I know that it's not 18 karat gold and diamonds. It's just not quite right. It's not right because they're not doing every step by hand. Because the only time they do every step by hand is when they're using 18 karat gold and diamonds. Because every
That's
step by
right.
hand is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And nobody does that labor unless you're doing 18 karat gold and diamonds. But it's the only way to get the look. But this line, 14 karat gold over brass, does every step by hand, and it's perfection.
And I love these earrings that match it too.
Yay, me too.
And those are brand new. The necklace is a reorder because it sold out in a nanosecond the last
Yes.
time we offered it, and it
Yes.
took us a really long time to get that back in stock because of the labor and stuff. But the earrings are just wonderful too. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And one of the things you have to notice about her designs are that because everything's by hand, you don't get the, is that a bee? Is it not a bee? What is the motif? Like, it's clear.
Yeah,
It
it's very
has-
clean,
It has
very
a
clean,
raised
very defined.
finish to it, and what she does is she's so brilliant with the satin finish behind it,
Yeah.
so that the stones pop more. It's set against that white rhodium finish of the stones, and therefore it just has this brilliant look to it that really you all have loved so much because we reorder the pieces and keep bringing new stuff, and you seem to love it. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It shows up beautifully in your ear. It's super, super
And she
comfortable.
pays attention to findings, so she always
Oh,
wants to put
yeah.
findings that are comfortable. So these are the lever backs, and they hang very beautifully in the ear. But just most of the stuff that she does is just the look of fine jewelry. She looks all over Madison Avenue, Rodeo Drive. She travels
Mm-hmm.
overseas. She just is everywhere she goes. She's looking for the next best thing.
So this looks like, I just want to put it on so you could see. This looks like, again, 18 karat gold and diamonds, Madison Avenue. Absolutely, beautifully, beautifully done. And it has that luxury look, that status look that you would typically only get with 18 karat gold and diamonds. So I
Yep.
just want to throw it on quickly.
Yolanda purchased both of these today.
Oh, perfect. Yolanda,
Yeah.
you will absolutely, absolutely love
And who
them.
doesn't love the bee motif? What it
Oh, yeah.
stands for? You talk about joy with meaning, and the bee. You always talk about prosperity.
Yes. It talks, the bee is a symbol of prosperity. It's a symbol of hard work, of achievement, of working together as a team, of community, of achieving the impossible. There are so many things. And to me also, even though I know I kind of mix it with the North Star, but to me, I always think that the bee is a symbol of finding home.
Yeah.
Because of the way that no matter where a bee goes, they can always find their way back, to their hive. And
That's
I
so
think
true. It's
there's
great.
just, there's so many wonderful
Yep.
meanings to the bee, obviously. So love those. Those just started at noon today. They've been very, very popular.
Very popular. Yeah.
Very, very popular.
Like they usually are.
Yeah, so the earrings are in yellow, the necklace is in yellow or white, whichever you
Is that-
prefer.
oh, you wanna leave it?
And I'll just put them right here so they're out of our way. Then we have these beautiful, let's talk about the earrings first because they just
Okay.
hang so nicely. So this is going to be your choice of rose, white, or yellow in this beautiful link earring. And this is an earring that was part of one of our Zoom calls with Italy.
That's right.
During the pandemic when nobody was going anywhere, and we would have regular Zoom calls and exchanging ideas and concepts, and this is one of the pieces that came from those Zoom calls.
Absolutely. We start with a glint of an idea. We don't know, sometimes it's a tear sheet, sometimes it's something that we had in our mind, and it's amazing the process that we deal with to get to the finished version of it. And that's really what it's all about. That's where Lisa and I have a lot of experience in the jewelry business, and we can think in terms of the next step, the next step after that, until we know what we want. And it doesn't always come out right the first time or the second time, but we don't bring it to you until we're satisfied with the product. And what I love about these earrings are not only are they statusy, they represent the curb, but in an earring, very lightweight and comfortable, but then they have that bar, that horizontal
Yeah.
bar going across that kind of separates this from a traditional, even the curb itself is beautiful, but that just makes it a little extra special.
Yeah, it does. And one of the things I love is I try not to lose the back because I just barely caught that, even though it's
Yeah.
a good sized back, but my nails are way too long right now, which makes it really hard for me to function. But they add the length and they have the movement, but they're not heavy at all.
Yeah.
You put them on, look how they show up from a distance. It's the
Unbelievable.
Bette Midler song all over again.
I love
From
it.
a distance. They
It's so
just,
true.
and they're so light and they're so comfortable and they feel great. So if you're wearing your hair up, they're going to be amazing. Hair down, going to be amazing. Your choice of rose, white, or yellow, going to be amazing. That little bar makes them extra amazing. And these are a pair of earrings that we designed for you with our Italian design team. And again, first it comes back and forth. First it's concepts and questions, and then CAD drawings until we feel like it's exactly right. And then it's molds from a 3D printer, and we're looking at that. And then they finally make the first pretty, sample. And sometimes it's not right. They go do it again. So it really does take over. These are gorgeous.
And I remember the length wasn't exactly this length. It was a little shorter, and you wanted it a little bit longer.
I did. I'm like, don't.
So it really is the perfect length. I think it really, I wouldn't want it shorter. I think it has a nice length to it. It's a little, just gives a little more drama to it, and I just think it's beautiful.
Then we have, speaking of classic, ooh, I knew I would do that.
Here,
Put that right over there, thank you. Speaking of classic, beautiful links, this is this gorgeous, gorgeous link with this bar in front. And I love the bar because it's substantial. You can see that it's not thin, and it's almost a little faceted, so it's a little flat on top, but curved underneath. Very, very cool. I would love this with the watch.
Absolutely.
Love this with your other bracelets, and we have it in yellow and white.
To me, this screams status symbol, because to me, you have that engraved look, or you have that bar on top, and then you have that solid curve on the sides that just brings the whole bracelet together. And again, this came from a design meeting also. The first sample was flat going across, and Lisa, I remember saying, we really don't want it that way, and they wanted to do it that way because it was much cheaper to keep it flat, but we weren't going to settle for that. We asked for the curve because your wrist is curved. Why would we want to do it that way? And plus, it feels better. It looks like it's more uniform by doing it that way, and so that's how it ended up. I do think the scale is perfect on this.
I do too.
I think, I wouldn't want it any thicker on the sides or thicker in terms of width. It just is something that is very supple, very easy to wear, feminine, and I love the look.
I do too. So that bracelet is going to be available in the yellow or the white.
Yep.
That is absolutely gorgeous. And also coming up this week. Now, one of the things that we like to do is bring you really amazing rings. We bring you a lot of rings that are larger.
Yeah.
And there have been a number of you who have said, okay, that's great. I would really love something that is very elegant, understated, something I can always wear. You might have a smaller hand, or you might prefer jewelry that's not quite so much of a 50-yard piece. So this is, I think, one of the most delicate, beautiful pieces that we've ever done. And it's about a carat of morganite surrounded by about 1/5 of a carat in diamonds.
Yes, and I think, again, when you're doing morganite, which is a special gemstone, I mean, it is considered an exotic gemstone because it's very hard to find. And then you don't want to border that with white zircon. This is the perfect ring to put diamonds around. Keep it as precious as possible. But I think it has a feminine look, the shape of it. I think that the diamond is not your traditional square or anything like that, so I think that's what's really nice about it. So the framework where you have that halo of diamonds around that adds to the shape of it, which I think is so feminine and beautiful.
I do too. I do too. So if you love morganite, or if you're looking for a ring that is a little bit more elegant, understated, this is going to be absolutely perfect. And this is also coming up this week.
Okay.
Now,
Ross loves that. Lynn loves it.
Awesome.
Alice.
Yay! So all those pieces coming up. I'm going to let you take this.
Okay.
And reset. I do want to let you know also that coming up at 8 p.m. tonight, the blouse that I'm wearing, which I absolutely love,
some questions
is
about that.
coming up at 8 p.m. tonight. I think it's an absolutely beautiful blouse, I have to say. And then we have a beautiful ring coming up at 8 p.m. as well. So some gorgeous, gorgeous things. I'll just give you this one back. Also, want to let you know that tomorrow at noon, and this is one of those things where I would say, set your alarms, because, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, we have to have these Starbursts made for you now. Nobody else has these, okay? They quit making these, and we said, oh, no, I don't think you understand. No, we have to have them. You have to make them just for us. So now we are literally ordering these as custom pieces just for you. But last year, oh my gosh, did they blow out. It was like a shooting star, boom, and it was over, and everybody was upset. Now, one of the most important things, think about it this way. The biggest determinant of how I feel I look is whether or not I'm having a good hair day. Okay?
Me too.
This, right? David, the same way. He wears his hair up. It's fabulous. Really brings out his cheekbones. If my hair looks good, I feel like this sets the tone. Your Christmas tree is the same way. The tree topper sets the tone for the entire tree. Every single tree that I have done in the last few years, I can't think of any tree where I didn't use this. So I really think that all probably 135 trees that I have decorated since I started this company have used the Starburst tree topper. This tree started my company. I got those tree toppers at the same time. And I started experimenting with what you could do with them and realized, oh my gosh, they're amazing. This is what supports ribbon. This is what supports branches. This is what supports flowers. This is what allows me to create anything I want at the top of the tree. That Starburst tree topper is amazing, right? And so are the ornaments. Now here's what's so cool. So you look at these, don't they just kind of, something about them looks really contemporary and something about them looks really vintage at the same time. And this tree, the only thing that's on this tree is the Starburst tree topper and the Starburst ornaments. That's it. Other than that, voila, that's the brand new stars in the sky tree. How gorgeous is that? And look how easy this is. So this amazing, isn't that gorgeous? There's the tree topper, which is exactly the same. It's just a different size. So the tree topper is about 22 and a half. I believe this one's about 13 and a half.
Yeah.
And here's how it works. If you're saying, but how do I store that? Wait for it. This is how good it is. The tree topper and the ornaments both come like this. Hold on. I knew I knocked off a book. Here you go. They both come like this. And you take it apart and store it. Super easy. So right now I'm looking at, that's going to take some room to store, right? But all I have to do is I'm taking these off quickly.
And if you order the ornaments, you get 3 in an order. And if you order the tree topper, you get 2 in an order.
So, and it's your choice of colors.
Yes.
And it's going to be, so this, here's all the arms, right? Here's the center. The center comes apart in 2 pieces.
Donna says, I've used these on my trees for the last 2 years. Lisa is right. Makes it so easy to decorate the top of the tree. Love, love, love.
I got to tell you, they are amazing. And what's interesting is, so number one, I don't even mean to be bossy. I'm just saying, if you don't buy that Starburst tree topper, you have no one to blame but yourself. I mean, really. I would be so lost now in trying to do a tree without that tree topper. I couldn't do the branches. I couldn't do the ribbon. I couldn't try new things. There's almost nothing you can't do once you start working with that tree topper. It provides the basis. And on the stars in the sky tree on both of these, and as has been the case since we started the company, because we started the company because of this tree. So this is the tree I've always decorated. I've always decorated an artificial pre-lit tree. I don't even have to attach it with anything. I just take the arm at the bottom and put it down in between the base of the tree and the lights that are already strung on it. And that's it. I don't even have to attach it.
And by the way, this
anything.
is the other item that you bought when you bought that container of trees.
When I bought that container of trees, in the same day, before I even called Katie and said, hey, we're starting a company and we're selling these trees. Before I even called Katie, I found these in that packaging and went, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This comes in that, and then I can put it together, and then it can look amazing, and I can hang them from my ceiling if I want. Or I can make a tree topper out of it, or I can use it as an ornament, and then I can just take it apart and store it in no space at all. Oh my gosh, right? So we bought a bunch of them that first year because I loved that concept so much, and they still didn't last 2 seconds. We've never had a year where these lasted. Ever. And after the first year, they quit making them. And we went to our friends and said, excuse me, are you crazy? You quit making these? What do you mean you don't do these anymore? oh, well, blah, blah, blah. We're like, I don't want to hear the blah, blah, blah. We have to have these. So we've been having these made just for you. No one else is going to have them. They're making these for you, and I love them. So it's going to be your choice of colors. It's going to be the ornament, or it's going to be the tree topper. And I have to tell you, there is no easier way. There's no more beautiful way. I think they almost remind me of jacks, like the jacks that you would play with when you were little, which is why I kind of think they look a little nostalgic, but they almost remind me of like the very kind of mid-century modern Starburst look too. I don't know. I just absolutely, absolutely love them. There is no wrong place to put them. There is no wrong way to use them. They store in nothing. They add such dimension. I've experimented with putting these in my garlands, and the list goes on and on. By the way, speaking of garlands, the garland on this mantle is our Stars in the Sky garland, and this is one garland. I'm telling you that because people have said, do you have 2 garlands up there? That looks really full. Did you layer 2? Nope, didn't have to. This is all one garland. This is our Stars in the Sky garland. Here it is in the green, and you saw it in the pictures. Oh my gosh, you have to see the flock. It's amazing. So, trees coming up soon. Starbursts tomorrow at noon. Starburst tree toppers, Starburst ornaments tomorrow at noon. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, stock up.
And they come with a little, someone was saying, how do you hang them? You just set them in the tree, but they do
I just set them in the tree. Somewhere in here is a little hook.
Yeah, and you
like
can
a little
use
loop.
fishing wire.
Yeah. They come with fishing wire. I cut it off.
Yeah.
Because I don't hang them. Oh, here's the loop right here in between. Now the loop is in between the arms. So when you hang it, it's going to hang like this. Just to let you know. It's not going to hang like this. It's going to hang like this. Not that that really matters to most people. I'm just letting you know. There is that little loop right in there. And so you can use fishing wire in that. And it's super easy. But yeah, I've never actually used fishing wire because I just like setting them in my tree so much. Like, and I'm done. So, big Starburst tree toppers. You want to see how big those are in person? Hold on, since I can't reach the ones on top of the tree. This is the size of the tree topper. Now here's the funny thing. The first year that I bought these, when I saw them in the showroom, it was a really big showroom and really high ceiling, and they were hanging and blah, 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 and it looked really cool. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this. So first, they sent us the ornaments at 13.5 inches. And when I looked at that, I thought, wait a minute, this is the smaller one? What did I do? This is gonna be way too big for an ornament. They had it hanging, and then I realized I didn't really have anywhere to hang it, and then somehow I thought, I'm gonna put that on top of the tree. Oh my gosh, and history was made. It is the best tree topper ever in the history of the world. So this is the tree topper size. That's gonna be about 22 inches. And then the ornament size is about 13.5.
And these will be a pre-order. This is the first time
Yes.
we're ever offering them as a pre-order.
As a pre-order, so you don't have to wait. Isn't that amazing? It's kind of hypnotic. It makes me feel like maybe I should have twirled baton. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. My best friend Julie did that, Julie McClarty, when I was growing up. Twirled baton. She was really good at it. I, of course, would not have been. But I love the tree toppers. You can hang them. You can use them as a tree topper, whatever you want to do. But they are fabulous. And again, they all come apart and they store. They come to you like this. And the way that I store them, David, can you give me one of the bundles out of the box? Where's that box? Katie, what do we do with the box?
I put it on the fireplace.
On the fireplace? Okay. Now, one of the rubber banded bundles?
Oh, yeah.
Just because this is how, well, that's half of a bundle.
I don't know.
Perfect. That is awesome. Thank you, David. Okay. That's half of the branches.
In
Here,
my defense, I'm Jewish.
I almost said that.
it's a star, David. Come on. So this is an ornament. I just take the arms of the ornament off. I put half of them one direction, half of them the other direction, put some rubber bands around them, and this is how I store it. Easiest thing in the world. So don't go, oh, can I get it back in that packaging? No, nobody, I mean, you could. What would be the point when they're this easy to store? So once again, you're gonna get 3 when you order the ornament, and you're gonna get 2 when you order the tree topper. One thing, let me just tell you one thing about these. These are plastic, okay? So if you want to set it down when you're not using it and then come back and have all the arms be straight, just take it apart and set it like this. By the way, this would be beautiful as part of a centerpiece on either side of a table, just half and half, and then with candles and everything. But you know, don't rest it on the arms, on the tips of the arms for a long period of time if you want to make sure that they're super straight on the ends. Just a little something there. All right, so love those. Coming up tomorrow. Cannot get enough of them. You will absolutely love them, I guarantee it. Also, coming up this week, you know this clock? It's back. Oh, I didn't put the batteries in at the time. We just now got the sample and put it up here for you.
I put it in, I just didn't set a time.
Oh, okay. So this is actually going to be, this clock is so beautiful. And one of the most popular clocks we've ever offered. And it's interesting because we were just at market and I didn't see anything that I thought was nearly as beautiful as this clock when it came to clocks. So that's coming up this week. And I think that is absolutely stunning. Just to the side of that, you're going to see that large ginger jar. I love large white ginger jars. I have to tell you, they just make me so happy. They are so rich, so elegant, and so everywhere fabulous. You know, whether you are in Chicago or Miami, this is a fabulous look. Love that because it's a really good size on that. Now we also have down here, just one of the little things, this Capiz stool, which is a squared stool, and I just want to show you that it's a great little accent table as well. This is coming up, this clock is coming back that so many of you have been asking for, and the list goes on and on. Okay, everybody hold your breath. I'm going to try to, come on, little table, come on. Oh, extra points. Extra points. Voila. And now for my next trick. Just wanted to show you a few of the beautiful things coming up for your home this week. We're going to have this absolutely beautiful signature bouquet with grand tulips, great branches, yellow flowers, green leaves. Absolutely stunning. We have it with the red tulips, the white tulips, or the orange tulips. Are these gorgeous or what? These signature bouquets are coming up this week and they are beautiful, beautiful. The combination of the large tulips and the grapes. Oh, it's so stunning. It's so sophisticated. When you add berries to a bouquet, it completely changes and it's like you're not a beginner anymore. You know, it's like now you've graduated, you're at the master's level, is kind of what it looks like on that. So I absolutely love that signature bouquet. Now right in front of it, you have some beautiful book boxes. Those book boxes, I guarantee, they're actually decorative boxes. I'm calling everything book boxes just because I use so many book boxes. But the decorative boxes are coming up, and this is a burled, isn't that gorgeous? Like a burled finish, and then you have this beautiful antiqued, oh, I love those. That's going to be a set of 2 coming up. This is a tray, which the inside, kind of hard to show because I have things on it, but the inside is a mirrored, like very much Versailles kind of detail artwork on the inside. These gorgeous candlesticks coming up that, oh my gosh, they're so elegant. And we're seeing more and more for the taper candles. And I love our 3D flameless taper candles, and they do work perfectly in this as well. So this, all of these beautiful pieces, including the signature bouquet in your choice of 3 colors, is coming up this week. I am now going to attempt an exit that is as elegant as my entrance.
But you know that there's 25 minutes to go.
Can you not see I'm doing detail work here, David?
Excellent job.
This is really important.
You're on a good pace.
So this is a table with very small wheels. So when it goes over the edge of the carpet, I'm just waiting for everything to take a header. If you wonder why I look so nervous doing that, it's because it's really not a good idea to do at that table. But, you know, I did. And it all survived. All right, David, you ready?
Right.
David is ready. Okay, wanted to show you some beautiful jewelry coming up. And it is David's job to keep me on time, by the way. So I'm giving him a hard time, but he's absolutely right. All right, coming up. I love these. So this cross, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. This is a cross that reminds me of one that I've seen from a very high-end couture house in Italy that's two names together. And I love the fact that this is actually done by a phenomenal designer in India. And she is a beautiful young woman who runs a very high-end artisan shop where she creates these unique pieces. And this cross is stunning.
It really separates the traditional cross from the outstanding, because I love the fact that she actually has the gemstones positioned in a way where they are like a normal cross, but then there's drops on the gemstone to give it a little movement. And that's very unique and different. It's her own design, but I think it's why you think of that designer, because that really is so kind of a cool idea in a cross, and it's very feminine. I think it's I love the movement. And
so
moonstone
pretty.
is such a beautiful stone because it has so many different colors in it. I see a lot of blues in there, purples in there.
Yeah.
I love the combination of that movement.
I think that is one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever seen. And it's just, there's something about moonstone because it really does kind of take on whatever color is around it. You know, so it's this kind of chameleon. It's like a soft chameleon rainbow that just changes on your neck when you're wearing it. And then that soft movement of the stones, and it's so elegant and so beautiful. She really outdid herself.
I think it's
with
beautiful.
This one. Yeah, I have to say, she just did a phenomenal job with that one. Now, speaking of soft and beautiful colors, we also have this beautiful pair of earrings, and I love the softness of the beautiful aqua with the gorgeous clear stones around.
And that's white topaz and white zircon combined, and they each got a different element to it.
So beautiful.
This is based on a ring we had that sold out so quickly.
Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful.
And he made earrings for us, but he warned me, I'm only going to give you this many because this is all I can get. Because this is a big gemstone.
It's very hard to find exactly this material. You know, you can't just go, hey, let me go to the Gemstones R Us catalog and get some more of that exact dimension of aquamarine and that color. No. Like that rough, that material is very hard to get.
Well, it was interesting because I was, overseas. We're on a Zoom meeting, and he's showing me the tray of just the gemstones alone, and he's saying, look, this is why you're only getting a couple of them, because I've got to match these two together.
Right.
And if you let me do anything I want, I can give you as many as you want, but look, you don't. So he really
because he knows how picky we are.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's like, you're not going to let us do whatever we want. They have to really match beautifully. So these earrings are so beautiful. And they are coming up this week, and I think they are absolutely stunning. Now, this ring is coming up at 8 p.m. tonight.
Yes.
And I wanted you to get a good look at it because I think it is an absolutely stunning piece. Again, very designer, very high-end, very couture.
Yes.
And its look. And I'm just going to turn it so you can see that this is an opal triplet.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? If I'm sitting at home, what is an opal triplet?
So an opal triplet means that they have 3 different gemstones involved in one, with the main feature being that opal. So on the bottom, you have a layer of onyx. Then what you're looking at there is that opal through there, a slice of opal, and then on top is a crystal quartz. That's on top, and that's how you're looking through that ring.
But somehow the crystal quartz, here's what's interesting, is your eye doesn't read crystal quartz on the top and opal underneath. Your eye reads that it's all opal.
That's
that it's
right.
opal to the
Well,
top. It's
that's
this
the-
optical illusion.
Those that can design it really well do just what you said. Not all of them, but this
Okay.
one really does look like there's nothing
Yeah.
on top. It's like an
It's
illusion.
so beautiful.
And I love the shape. Isn't that shape
It's
beautiful?
a softened triangle.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And the color. So this
Yeah.
opal is a quality and an intensity of blues and greens with the flash, with the fire, that is very, very difficult to find and very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So if you were going to go buy a single piece of opal
Yeah.
in this quality, with this fire, and this intensity, and this color, and this saturation, blah, 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 you have to sell the car.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you'd have to sell the car and walk to work, but you'd have a really pretty ring. So I love the fact that when that you're able to
Yeah.
do this, and it's not going to be, thousands and thousands of dollars.
You actually told me today that this opal comes from Australia.
Yes.
So
It looks very Australian.
it's like something that they're very well known for with their opal triplets
Yes.
and this blue, this really beautiful blue.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that ring. And it is coming up tonight
Yes.
at 8 p.m. So I'll just keep that for a little bit because I can. And then I wanted to show you with this beautiful, beautiful cross, this gorgeous pair of earrings from one of our favorite factories in Italy that is really known for their
Yeah.
religious jewelry. This little angel has become so popular in pop art
Yes.
that a lot of people don't realize that this angel actually started with more of the Renaissance era religious paintings. The little putti, as the Italian called them at the bottom of the painting,
Yeah.
looking up. And the little putti, the little cupids, they were very, very popular in Renaissance and probably even earlier, but they really took on this shape
Yeah.
in the Renaissance art. And so somebody was saying, is that a religious medallion? It is, in that it is just a very popular representation of an angel
Yes.
that goes back to truly the Renaissance, and it's one that the Italians love.
And I remember I was an art history major, so I
Yes.
remember studying this angel in so many different
Yes.
paintings by famous artists and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I love this because I think that satin finish that they do so well
Oh, so beautifully.
against that raised angel. So in other words, that is all satin, and if it wasn't done correctly, it would get lost. That angel would get lost, but they keep it so nice and clean, but they border it with that high polished finish, and that brings out the contrast in there with those little 3 subtle stones at the bottom. I kind of think it brings it all together.
So pretty. So pretty. So rose, white, or yellow. This is done by the factory in Italy that makes Italian religious
Yeah.
jewelry for the Italians. They do not normally do anything but 18 karat gold, but they've done some beautiful pieces for us in 18
That's
karat
right.
gold over sterling silver, and I love those earrings. Love them. Now, speaking of absolutely fabulous, this beautiful little tag necklace, which is a couture inspired piece, meaning once again, this is the line where they do every single step by hand.
Yeah.
So it is absolutely true to scale, detail, finishing, fineness, everything
Yeah.
of 18 karat gold and diamonds. And this is the perfect piece to layer or just wear as that super simple, everyday, never too much piece.
Actually, it's funny. When I first got this, I was showing it to Katie, and I said, "Isn't this cool? It's a good luck charm because you see that they're." This is the Moon and Stars one. There was another
Yeah.
one but this Moon and Stars is the celestial theme that is so beautiful. And what's really special about this one is that tag is tiny enough that it feels like it's 18 karat gold,
Yes.
but perfect with that paperclip chain,
Yes.
and just comes together. I love the dimension of this piece. I love the fact that it is kind of the tag. It is the tag design, and the stars positioned right, and then the stars come out. It's just a beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful necklace. And I think again, something they do so well. in
And
this
the
factory.
stars, the moon and the stars are things like reaching for the stars is one of the
Yes.
symbols. I love you to the moon and back, one of the symbols.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many, and it's interesting because, even a religious meaning, if you go back to some of the quotes from the Bible of, look into the stars from whence cometh. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
like there's so many references because it's always been inspiring for human beings to look up
Yeah.
at the heavens at night and go, wow.
Yeah.
And whatever that means to you, and it has so many different meanings, I think is one of the reasons why the celestial theme has been so popular in jewelry, especially for the last few years.
And someone wrote me on customer care the other day and just said, "Hey, I want to know how much I appreciate the fact that you guys always do extenders on your necklaces because I never
Yeah.
know what I'm wearing." So we really make enough. I don't think we do many necklaces without extenders unless it's like a big, more chain. Then
Yeah.
of course we can't do that, but we try and do that so that you can wear it because layering it is everything right now. And
Yeah.
this is a perfect layering piece. I think you could wear something above it, something below it. It's just something that is so sweet. and doesn't get in the way and just is an everyday piece.
I agree. And I'm going to throw you off very
Whisk me
kindly
away.
again because we have some other beautiful pieces. Now, one of the things very quickly I just want to show you and I'm absolutely in love with is this bag. Doesn't this bag look couture? I mean, you could put so many different high-end couture labels on this bag and it would absolutely make sense. You go, yeah, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, right? We have it in the pink. We have it in this, the most beautiful cognac I've ever seen, and this absolutely gorgeous black. I love the fact that it really does zip all the way closed on the top. It's gonna have a zip and a slip pocket on the inside. It has that longer, of course, strap so you can go long shoulder or crossbody. It fits very, very easily over your arm. How rich is that? This is so sophisticated. I love the fact that, you know, sometimes when you look at someone, I do not mean this to be unkind, anyway, but sometimes when you look at someone you think, wow, that person is really trying a little harder than I'd be comfortable looking like I'm trying. I might be trying just as hard as they are. I just don't want to look like I am. You know how that goes? I want to look like, oh, no, these are just really elegant pieces that I fell in love with. I want to look like I have a timeless sense of style, like I'm not chasing every fad on social media. I want to look like I have my own taste. I want to look like I'm an adult who knows what I like. I want to look like I know quality. I want to look like I'm not dependent on a label. I know something good when I see it. Those are all things that I think of when I look at this bag. I just think it is so well done, so beautifully done. And it just never looks like you're trying too hard. You know, there's just something really, really beautiful about it. So I love that. In all three colors, absolutely gorgeous. Loving that bag. Those are going to be vegan leather, by the way. Also, speaking of bags, wait for it because this is super cute. This bag can go crossbody. Hold on, I got it off center. So this bag can go crossbody, and this is actually going to be a bracelet bag. So it actually has a bracelet that works as a handle on the front, and it has the long strap so you can go crossbody. It's the perfect size, so you really can't fit what you need into it. And then you have this beautiful, beautiful bag that is absolutely stunning in both colors. And if you want to carry it as a bracelet, you can. And if you want to use the longer strap, you can. They both have the pocket in the back and the beautiful detail in front. And I absolutely love the bag in both colors. So that bag is coming up this week as well. And wait for it because we have so many beautiful things. We have a great sweater coming up this week. It's a little tough to show you, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. This perfect little summertime top coming up this week. The top I'm wearing is coming up at 8. The ring I'm wearing is coming up at 8. And one of the most beautiful scarves in this gorgeous, gorgeous yellow, navy, soft blues, pinks. Isn't that stunning? That's also coming up this week. So many great ideas. So little time. Then we have, David, do you have one more or are we good? Yeah, one more, okay. Very, very quickly. Yeah, careful, just make sure to lift under here.
Yep. You're right.
Because the table will come apart. I know that because it happened to me earlier. It was really quite interesting. The whole thing just collapsed in my hand. And I would prefer to not have that happen again. So just to show you some of the beautiful things we have coming up this week. This beautiful Dogwood and Blueberry Signature Bouquet. You love that. You've been asking for it. We have that back for you. That's one that we created for you. This beautiful picture that I absolutely love in the blue and the white. This gorgeous, gorgeous wreath in, I would kind of call them blueberries. I'm not sure if we're calling them blueberries or grapes.
Blueberries.
I was going to say, because to me they look like blueberries. Okay, so blueberries in there, blueberries in the Dogwood signature, which I absolutely love. This beautiful, beautiful picture. Then we have these two trophy vases in two different sizes. Love those for some of the pieces. These beautiful trays, which are rectangular natural wood trays with the beading above, and then the handles with the metal and the wood. Loving those. So all of those and more coming up this week, just to show you some of the other beautiful home things, because we have so many things. I'm going to see if I can get it over here without anything tipping over. pray for me. All right. Trying to think if there's anything else.
Light and lift, but
We're going to have something special for you with Light and Lift coming up this week, and I will tell you more about that later in the week, but we're going to have something special for you with Light and Lift coming up this week. And I have to say, I use that every day. And it's made to be subtle. It is not made to lead. It's not made to look like, anybody's going to see it from 50 yards. It's made to be subtle. I could not love it more. I find that the more I use it, the more I love it and the more I use it. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. If you love it as much as I do, you're going to want to have, like a bigger size. I don't know. So that's coming up this week as well. And one of my favorite things of all time. Want to remind you, David, you can come back up. Want to remind you that again, the Starburst in the ornament and the tree topper coming up tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Also these garlands, the Stars in the Sky garlands that are brand new this year, the green and the flocked both with the white lights, so beautiful. If you haven't seen those are available right now in pre-order, hugely popular. And those are not just available from now until Christmas. Those are available right now for Christmas in July. So please grab them if you want them. Those are a pre-order as well.
I can't stop looking at your earrings.
I know, aren't they amazing? They're
so beautiful.
They catch the light.
I'm looking at them from here.
And they're so comfortable. Like you do literally forget you have them on. They're that good.
Italy.
That good. Yes, leave it to the Italians.
Yes.
The Italians really do have tried and true techniques of details that they are known for and they do better than anyone else. Textures are one of them, and earrings that they can make very light and beautiful.
Yeah, they can.
Is another one that we love them for. Speaking of beautiful ideas, this chain is so elegant and so simple and so understated. I absolutely love it. It has a beautiful bar and then chain. So it's really a chain all the way around, but what happens is they put the bar over the chain so that, all you see in some places is bar, and it's this wonderful kind of just catches the light, and then the chain in between. It's delicate and beautiful and perfect for layering, and I love it in all 3 colors and 3 lengths, right?
Yep, and there's no machine in the world that's going to make that link like that. So there is a lot of hand workmanship involved in this, and I do love those bars against the within the chain, those little stations, because it brings out an extra sparkle. It's not like screaming diamond cut or anything like that, but there is something very elegant about that. And I love the fact that it just is a great standalone piece. We're talking about layering. It comes in 16, 18, and 20. It comes in 3 colors. So I love showing you right now here the white at the top, the rose, and the yellow, but you could buy anything you want.
I have to say, I'm not sure how it's coming across on your screen, depending on what you're watching on. On my monitor down here, it looks dark, and it's because we have it on a white bust, and so the camera automatically overcorrects. It's interesting because depending on if we use a camera or an iPhone, it overcorrects for a different dimension. But they are absolutely beautiful, and they pop, and they're gorgeous. Okay, we'll try it on the gray.
Let's see. There you go. Maybe the gray's a little better.
Oh, I think the gray is definitely better.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
Yeah, because I want you to see there's such beautiful colors. And they catch the light beautifully.
Much better.
Oh yeah, so much better. Thank you.
amazing.
And it's rose white or yellow, 16, 18, or 20 inches. And again, the bars are all put on there by hand, and so it's finished by hand, and it's beautifully done. And it is that perfect piece. Because if you wanted to put a little fine pendant on it, you could. If you want to layer it, you can. On its own, it's gorgeous. There's just no wrong way to wear it.
It is one of my favorite standalone chains because it's delicate, but it looks like fine jewelry. It looks like it is fine jewelry, but it looks like it could be 18 karat gold that you bought. And it's solid chain, obviously, but it's very flexible and fluid.
Now we're going to run out of time, so I'm going to bring up these earrings. These are the perfect button earrings. Katie and I were looking at these today. I was wearing them, and it's just one of those things where they're just perfect. I can't explain why. I can't explain how. We've tried a million different versions of button earrings, and there've been a lot of good ones. Nothing is this good.
It's our
It's
our 5th time introducing this.
I mean, it's just so good. Wait, I think I have my fingerprints on it.
Or I maybe did that.
Is that better? I don't know. But they're so perfect. And it is funny because sometimes the first way that you see something where you just go, oh my gosh, that's it, is the best, right? Everything else is good but not as good as. These button earrings, if you like a button earring, they're a must-have. You will not find a better pair. You will not find a more flattering pair. You will not find something you love more, or is more comfortable, or is more perfect.
Yep.
Impossible. Like, we have tried every pair of button earrings in the world, is what it feels like coming through this company. And we found some great ones. These are just the best. I'm sorry they are. You got to get them. They're so good.
Would you call them the Goldilocks of?
They are the Goldilocks. They're not too big. They're not too small. They're just right.
And they do come with that earring back, that plastic earring back, which I think is so great because
We come with an extra pair of comfort bags.
comfort
Yeah.
bags, yes. Yes, I think it's great because it really helps with something like this if you feel like it's not hanging correctly. But
I mean, my ears are a little stretched out, and when I put these on, they're perfect,
Good.
just straight ahead,
Perfect.
gorgeous.
I think-
But they do come with comfort bags,
Yeah.
and that's a fabulous, fabulous way to go
Okay.
as well. So I love those. Now, speaking of one of the big trends
Oh, yeah.
in the world of jewelry right now, it's necklaces that are one thing on one side and the other thing on the other side. Huge, huge trend. I've seen it on social media, seen it in the magazines, and I didn't set these right. And let me just kind of,
Or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
because I want to make them,
Yeah.
because they're so pretty on,
They will hang.
but they hang better on a person than they do on a bust,
Yeah.
because obviously your neck is shaped differently than a bust. It's kind of a really small neck there on
Yeah.
that bust. But it's so pretty when you wear it to have the stones up one side and the links up the other. And it's not too much. It's not huge. It doesn't jump out and grab you. But it's a look that you're seeing in gold and diamonds, which I think is one of the reasons why we love it so much with the Italians and the scale.
And this idea actually came from a customer who bought the bracelet that matched this and said, hey, would you ever think about making a necklace?
Yes.
We talked about it and voila.
Perfect.
So, I mean, I think it's a beautiful chain. We all love the paperclip chain, but the juxtaposition between that paperclip with the sparkle of that tennis necklace together, what a perfect combination, something different. I think you can actually even go like this if you want to. If you want to wear this just in the front, if you want to, you can do that. Sorry, I'm not handling it.
Right, if you want to
Oh, sorry.
kind of twist it around so you
Yeah.
see kind of more stones in front you can, or more chain in front you can.
There you go.
It's completely up to you, or have them meet perfectly in the middle like they're
Yeah.
designed to, and they're going to be
Yeah.
gorgeous. But it is one of the biggest trends that we're seeing in social media and in jewelry. A lot of the Italian jewelers are doing it, and this one is just perfect.
Yep.
So I cannot wait for you to... What are you doing over there, dude, Mark?
This is why you shouldn't touch jewelry.
Right.
Okay. Is it coming? All right, well, we got the bottom.
There you go.
All right.
All good.
Yeah, but it's
So-
a beautiful necklace.
And you can wear it kind of with the stones on either side, just to
Yes.
show you that you can do that as well,
Yeah.
completely up to you.
Yeah.
But yellow or white, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Love those.
Yep.
Now, I do want to remind you, I think that was everything, right?
Yes.
For the most part. Again, 8 p.m. tonight, which is in about 1 minute, this top and this Opal Triplet ring, which is absolutely gorgeous. Tomorrow at noon, Starbursts. Right now, pre-order, brand new, custom made for you, nowhere else, Stars in the Sky Garland, that is only for a limited time. And then, of course, these fabulous brand new Stars in the Sky trees are coming up next week, and wait until you see how beautiful they are. Oh my gosh. All right, more shopping at 8 p.m. and a lot of great stuff this week. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.